Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Ryan and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'll be doing top 5 zombie Easter eggs ever for Call of Duty Zombies. This will be referring to the main Easter eggs in each map, as there is one per map starting after Kino der Toten and Black Ops 1 Zombies. And with that being said guys, this is my top 5 list of all time of the best zombie Easter eggs ever. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. So I would like everyone to know that this is original gameplay from my channel of these Easter eggs from anywhere from 4 to 1 year ago. So with that being said guys, the quality is not the greatest as in number 5, which is the Call of the Dead Easter egg, as I recorded this with an Dazzle. So it was like a 720p, very mid-quality recording device. With that being said guys, just ignore the quality and let's talk about the Easter eggs. So the reason why this is the number 5 Easter egg for me of all time is there are actually a couple of reasons. First of all, guys, we saw a different crew, and this was kind of like the Mob of the Dead crew. It was just a special one-off map with a different crew besides the original 4. Now, the cool thing that they did with this is actually incorporated the original 4 into this Easter egg, and we can actually teleport them from here to Shangri-La, which is the next map in their progression. Another cool thing about this and why it earned the number 5 spot was because we actually see the Vril device finally, and we see how we actually get it. We kill a person by turning him into a human using probably the most worthless wonder weapon ever, and you shoot him a bunch of times and he goes up into some kind of gravity hole or wormhole and drops the Vril device. With that being said, guys, we now know that the Vril device will spawn a keeper in der eisendrache, and we can then continue on with the storyline there, but it's cool to see the origins of that piece of equipment in this map. With that being said, guys, that is why it's earned the number 5 spot of all time for the greatest Easter egg. Another quick cool thing about this was, once you guys actually complete the Easter egg, you get the Wunderwaffe DG2 as a gun until you guys go down or run out of ammo. With that being said, let's jump on to number 4. Number 4 is actually the progression of the Call of the Dead Easter egg, and the map is Shangri-La. As you guys know, when you teleport into the map on round 1, this is where the crew actually is teleported to, theoretically, after they're teleported away from Call of the Dead. That's just kind of a cool little point, but that's not the reason why this is number 4 on today's list. And with that being said, let's jump into the breakdown of this number 4 Easter egg. So this map is very unique in the fact that this is the only map ever in Call of Duty Zombies with a main Easter egg to actually have to allow you to teleport back in time for each individual step. Now, der eisendrache, you guys go back in time for 2 steps, but every time you wanted to activate an Easter egg step and keep progressing on, you had to go back in time. Now, I think that is just a very cool thing that they did, and I think that's the reason why der eisendrache has that, is just because it was a different feel, and this came all from Shangri-La. Now, another cool thing about this, guys, is you actually kind of save Gary and his sidekick. I can't remember his name, but they're in an endless time cycle. So you guys can actually do the Easter egg 4 times and allow everyone to get the summoning key, or whatever you guys want to call it, and everyone can get, infinite perks that will never go away. That's pretty cool as well. And the final thing about this Easter egg is there's actually a temple, and we learn more about this later on in the Easter egg, but there's a temple with Richtofen's name on it. Now, this is, in terms of the storyline, this is very important because Richtofen was worshipped by these people, and it starts to kind of give the background of his very mysterious past, and we kind of can now piece together what he was doing at X times in history. So at X amount of time in history, what was he doing and why was he there? And this is just one of those examples of how you can actually fill in the timeline gaps of Richtofen. With that being said, that is the number 4 Easter egg of all time, in my opinion. The number 3 Easter egg on my list of top 5s, and the only Easter egg to be included in Black Ops 3, is der eisendrache. Now, the reason, guys, why der eisendrache's Easter egg is in the top 5 is because this map, first of all, has so much replayability, and it's honestly just overall a fun map. Now, the Easter egg is actually not hard to do. There are a lot of steps, but I have done the Easter egg 11 times, 0 of which have been during a live stream. So I am a scrubby scrub at live streaming under pressure with the Easter egg, but it is quite easy to do once you guys have got the hang of it. But it's not overbearing like the Moon Easter egg or the Origins Easter egg. While those will be talked about later, this is kind of in between with the amount of the amount of toughness it takes to do the Easter egg with the benefit you guys actually get out from doing it. So With that being said, guys, the Easter egg in terms of the storyline is very important because we finally see that the MPD was connected to Moon, obviously, but the summoning key from Moon is actually the same key that we use in Der Eisendrache and in Black Ops 3. That was another one of my theories as well that I was correct on, so I want to kind of toot my own horn there. But again, guys, the summoning key has been tied from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3. We also see that Groff has been killed, who was a former colleague of Richtofen. We see that the Moon has been destroyed as opposed to the Earth being destroyed. So Richtofen has ended the Black Ops 1 storyline after Moon. That's pretty important, guys, to the storyline, and that is why it earns the number 3 spot. But honestly, guys, this rocket launch sequence and the music and Groff just freaking out, that is just awesome, guys. So this map, the Easter egg was so well done, and I've got to give Treyarch credit for that because it is honestly one of the coolest Easter eggs ever, but it's just not the same as the old style Easter eggs. With that being said, guys, let's get to number 2 and number 1. I should also add quickly, this is one of the few maps to actually have a full cutscene after the Easter egg, and the cutscenes really began to start after Origins. So this is only the 3rd map really to ever have a cutscene, and this cutscene is very well worth it, guys. The amount of information we get here, like the test subjects, I mean, that was always a question in everyone's mind. Who are the test subjects and why? We finally know who they are now. We killed 2 of them. The summoning key, guys, it's just so much information, and I don't know, as a lover of the storyline and someone who's really put a lot of time into studying the storyline and kind of breaking it down, these Easter egg cutscenes cannot come at a more better time. So with that being said, guys, that is the number 3 Easter egg, and let's get on to the number 2 and number 1 spot. The number 2 spot is hands down Moon, and the reason why, guys, is, and I'm actually going to get kind of emotional about this, not really like in the crying sense, but I've been playing this game, since it came out brand new in World at War, like when no one even thought zombies would get big. And the fact that I am able to make videos on zombies, that's something I love, and I have a somewhat big following of 124,000 subscribers, that's honestly just awesome, guys. When I was playing this game way back when, I never would have expected that, so I really do appreciate all of you guys for always supporting the videos and getting me to where I am today. With that being said, guys, let's all stay together and finish out this video. But the Moon Easter egg is number 2 in my opinion because, first of all, this is the first and only time we see Samantha, and we actually play as her in the sense of her voice. We can't play as her body character, but we can have her voicing Richtofen's body. We also see Richtofen finally get his grand scheme done. He takes over control of the zombies, and then Maxis destroys the Earth. This will then lead on to Black Ops 2 zombies, and the somewhat stale Easter egg storyline that, entailed. So this is the last good map for Black Ops 1. Obviously, it's the last map, but even Black Ops 2 is not that good. There is one exception to that, and I'll be coming up here very shortly. But guys, again, the amount of information that we got from this, and it actually brought up more questions than answers, because if you guys teleport back to Area 51, you're not actually on the destroyed Earth. So that brought up a lot of questions with this multi-universe theory, which everyone still struggles with today. With that being said, guys, one of the coolest Easter eggs of all time. It will be hard to beat this one. The next one does, but these two, number 2 and the number 1 spot, I think will never be trumped in terms of Easter egg coolness, toughness to beat, and the reward you get from them. Like this would be playing as Samantha and then destroying the frickin' Earth. With that being said, guys, let's jump on to the number 1 Easter egg of all time. As many would guess, the number 1 Easter egg of all time, in my opinion, and probably the consensus of every zombie YouTuber ever, would be Origins from Black Ops 2 Zombies. Now, the reason why, guys, is because first of all, we see the transition from the transit crew, which no one really liked, to going back in time and restarting the storyline basically, and fixing everything that the test subjects, now that we know, they did wrong. So the original crew, they're fixing everything. And the cutscene, guys, the cutscene in this Easter egg is everything. I mean, this brought up so many questions, and this sparked so much debate in the zombie community when it first came out. It would have been 3 years ago, I believe. It created an uproar, and that's what has led to the Black Ops 3 zombie storyline. If you guys go into the Giant, you hear all these radios about the children, and there's a floating house now in one of the zombie maps or one of the multiplayer maps. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Samantha's house, bust route B confirmed." All this bullshit, but guys, still, this cutscene right here is the top of the top of the line in terms of the Easter egg storyline. Theories, Easter eggs, whatever, guys. This brought up so many questions, and it answered about 2 of them. And this is probably the biggest thing of all time in zombies. So with that being said, guys, we cannot brush this off. This has got to be the #1 Easter egg of all time just because of how hard the Easter egg was to do. We see the original crew return, but as their younger selves. And then finally we get this amazing cutscene which just blew everyone's minds and just blew everything out of the water that we thought we knew. With that being said, guys, that is the #1 Easter egg of all time, in my opinion. I thank you once again for watching the video. This is pretty emotional watching all my videos from 4 years ago, even farther back, 5, 6 years ago. And I just want to thank you as all once again for sticking with me for so long. It's been an awesome ride, and I hope to continue on. So if you guys could leave a like, that'd be great. A comment with your feedback, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. But thank you all for watching. My name is Ryan. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.